More now on our top story. And as protests continue for a second day in Iran, the country's only female Olympic medalist, Kimia Alizadeh, has announced her defection. In a series of posts on her social media account, the Taekwondo champion, who won bronze at the 2016 Rio Olympics, said she'd made the difficult decision to leave her homeland, referring to herself as one of the millions of oppressed women in Iran. Well, joining me now from Washington is Alireza Nader, Senior Fellow at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. Alireza, as we've seen in the news, the Iranian authorities are facing mass anti-government protests. Now, to add to that, a national hero has defected, criticising the government as well. I guess that adds to the pressure on those in charge in Tehran.
Yeah, definitely. The last day has seen massive protests in Iran over the shooting of the Ukraine airliner. A lot of dissatisfaction expressed against the regime, including General Soleimani, who the regime wanted us to believe had a lot of national support. And now we have Iranians left and right defecting from the regime, including the chess master you mentioned, but also other Iranian celebrities, actors, film directors are coming out and saying that they're siding with the people and not the Islamic Republic.
I'd like to talk for a little minute about Kimia Alizadeh, the Taekwondo champion. If I went into a shop in Tehran and mentioned her name to the shopkeeper, would I be able to get into a deep conversation about the champion's Taekwondo moves? Is she that famous?
She's not that famous in Iran, but if you look at the last several defections, they've tended to be younger Iranians, whether the Taekwondo champion or the chess masters. Look, people in Iran, young people, have no future in that country. The regime provides nothing for them, especially if you're a woman. You're a second-class citizen because of gender apartheid. So a shopkeeper might not recognize this Taekwondo champion, but they get this story. They understand where she's coming from.
Now, just to say, we don't really know where she is at the moment, but let's talk about the pressures on Iranian athletes in general. I know that when they compete abroad, they face problems because their own country doesn't allow them to face Israeli athletes, for an example. It's a tough situation to be an internationally renowned Iranian athlete, is it?
It's terrible. They get very little state support. You'd be surprised how many of them will actually live in near poverty, and then their careers are constantly damaged because they have to follow the regime's very narrow and hateful ideology toward Israel. I don't believe the majority of Iranians have hatred toward Israel, maybe the opposite even. And so if you're a young person, you're trying to make something of your life, and the Islamic Republic is trying to make you do something you don't want to, naturally you will want to defect and live a free life in a free country.
Alireza Nader, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thanks for having me.